Hi, cozy friends. It's time to plan for fall. When I've got the mic, you know it's serious. You know I'm locked in. Candles burning. And by that, I mean LED battery powered candle is flicked on. Pumpkin jelly cat's out. Leaf jelly cat's out. It's serious. We're planning for fall. Okay. One of my favorite things to do for each season is just ahead of the season, take stock of all the things that I want to approach the season with. My intentions, design choices, my activities and hobbies, my books, my games, watch list, every single vibe that I or you or we want to curate for this fall. We're going to just break it down. And it's so much fun to do. I think it's something that really makes the season feel like a separate season. It keeps the seasons from just flying by, passing by without really planning or being intentional with it. Get your tea, okay? Get your blankets, light a candle. So explanation aside, let's jump right into planning for fall. We're starting with outfits, like I think we do every year when we do this. Now, I'm not a big clothing fashion girly. However, I do appreciate a good fit. I'm always going to appreciate a good fit on TikTok, on Pinterest. And so each year I gather my inspiration for the fall and I put it all together and we chat about it, okay? This year I think is a little bit different than last year. We have some overlap and similarities, but we do have some stark differences, I would say. Here's the inspiration. Simple 2000s, even leaning into some 2010s, like early 2010s, late 2000s. I'm talking ghosty outfit. I'm talking like basics, but in such a cozy, nostalgic way that it really fits perfectly for fall. Some inspiration I'm thinking of. Think Lorelai and Rory from Gilmore Girls. Think Girlfriends. Think Susan from Desperate Housewives. Like, it's a specific aesthetic, a specific vibe, and I feel like those characters embody that, right? And that's the general approach, but there are some other wild cards in here. So let's start with a repeat from last year, which is a good scarf outfit. You cannot go wrong with a good scarf outfit. Chunky, colored wool scarf. I love. The 2025 version of this, I feel like is the multicolored skinny scarf, and I do have one that I'm very excited to wear this fall. However, I think both still absolutely slap and look really, really good, and I love both with like a leather jacket or a trench coat or a big sweater and a jean jacket. I love that combo. Next, we have this very simple, but in the best, most refined way, little skirt and sweater outfit. You could do different combinations of this every single day for fall. A long skirt and a sweater. Mix it up. You can't go wrong with that. And then she's got cutie little flats, and I think that's so adorable. It's a great way to bring in some autumnal colors in a simple way. And like I said, it's a good mix and match template. You've got the sweater, you've got the skirt, just mix them. Similarly, we have the tight shirt and skirt. I think either one goes if you have more of like a warm fall. The tight shirt, long skirt works perfectly. And then if you have cooler falls where you live, then sweater skirt combo. And if it's like temperamental, you can bring the sweater, tie it around your waist. That's cute. Or tie it around your shoulders for an extra little look. And then you have it if it gets cold, and then you could throw that puppy on. You know what I mean? But I just think the long skirt is an absolute core piece for the fall wardrobe. Next, guys, I've just been into overalls lately, I think. I love an overall, but how cute is this look with the striped sweater and the tie and the long panted overall? I think it's so like apple picking. This is what you'd wear apple picking, you know? She's got some Uggs on. I think you could do Uggs. I think you could do like Birkenstocks. I think you could do chunky boots or Mary Janes or flats. The opportunities are endless, but the base of overall is so just like whimsical and cute. You can even add scarves to this too. I think that adds some cuteness to it. And this might be a repeat from last year too. Sorry, I like what I like. This little red number. Now I saved this because I think it's so cute to do a sweater with a matching bow. Oh my gosh. Pairing it with like a chunky boot, an Ugg, a flat. It's so dainty. It's not like, oh, I'm just a dainty little girl. It's perfect. And I love the color coordination here. She's even bringing in the socks. I love that. Okay, next we're getting into the like simple 2000s fits again. We have this bootcut jean. Now, when I tell you, I got a new bootcut dark wash jean and I never thought I'd see the day. The last time had to be like 2007. True Religion's from 2007. Not from True Religion itself, from some, discount store, because that's how we rocked. Low rise, with pockets, bootcut, Uggs, and a plain shirt. Or like a little zip-up hoodie. That was the 2007 look. And I feel like this is paying homage to that, but elevating it, making it cute, making it more modern. So you've got just like a good boat neck top, and then you've got the dark wash boot cut. These are so cute. And then the baggier bag with boots. Y'all be prepared to be sick of me in this outfit, okay? If y'all remember last year when I did the little bloomer shorts and that denim button-up top and my motorcycle boots nonstop. I know y'all were sick of me, okay? I wear that all the time. I'm an outfit repeater. I don't care. Everyone should be, okay? If you were sick of that, be prepared to be sick of this. Because you're gonna see this over and over in so many different variations. And then add in like a skinny scarf to this. It's gonna be so cute. Similar fit to that is this one with like straight leg jeans with the white boat neck top and the sweater over the top. Again, simple, but it's really creating this image from a certain era that's so nostalgic. Like, I know my mom wore this fit in the 90s. We're going a little further back here. This is more 90s focused, but it's just so nostalgic and so simple and chic. It's just so chic. And if you want to elevate a little bit, we've got a similarly simple outfit, but with a little skirt. So you just throw on a jean skirt, then you've got your flats, you've got your boat neck tank, and it's better for the warmer fall season places, and it's a little bit more dressed up. It's a little bit more cutesy. Like if you're going to like a nice restaurant or something like that, then this is perfect. Similarly, if you're going to a nice restaurant at night and you want to elevate a little bit, there's this long denim skirt with the boots and the tank. And then there's like a little, looks like a wool coat, but you could do like a leather coat also. Okay, next we have this gorgeous fit. I just feel like the colors and the textures go so well together. It's the jean top that's a little bit buttoned up, and then the brown pants. Again, all of it is so simple. Like, it's not crazy patterns. It's not like a specific type of top that you have to get to complete the outfit. It's all like basics and stuff you probably have in your closet. You've got a jean jacket or a denim shirt, and then you've got some pants. You've got some slacks. They don't have to be brown. This combo is so like elevated, simple, chic. I keep saying the same words, but I just love this. I love the color combo of denim and brown. That's always going to look good. And for the fall, it's just like, it just awakens something in me. A little denim, little brown. I love it. And then lastly, we have this like very, very late 2000s outfit. I think it's so cute. The layered turtleneck with the cardigan. It's giving like your teacher who's like the sweetest woman ever, and she's trying to get everyone in the class to actually read the book and be interested in whatever. And I was like, are you my mom? And like, I love this fit, and I love the little ways that it's kind of modernized. So another fit you could do with the dark wash jeans, I think that'd look cute here. And again, all stuff you probably have in your closet. I know y'all have some long skirts. I know y'all have a sweater. I know y'all have jeans. We could all throw these fits on this fall. And then my last inspiration item for outfits is Halloween costumes. I actually only have one thing that I'm like kind of set on now, but I've seen so many cute ideas on TikTok. Just search like cute, interesting, weird Halloween costume ideas on TikTok. Scroll till you find the kind of weird ones, because the weird ones are so cute. There was one that suggested doing like a group outfit of circus folks, so like acrobat, and then like the snake lady, the strongest woman, so cute. And then there's like jester, clown. I've seen a lot of those. So many good ideas. The one I saw in the TikTok comments actually was a puppet. I think that's so cute. You just wear a little dress, and then you get a piece of wire, put it on a headband, cut out a little cardboard puppeteer thing, and then bring string down to your wrists. So like simplistically genius. You just wear a dress you already have. You could do cute face makeup if you want. I feel like I'm pretty set on this. I might do like another one based off of stuff I have. I might be like a hobbit or something. I don't know. But this one is so cute. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Augie, for this idea. This is so cute and so easy. Okay, our next category is home decor. I love creating little inspo, little mood boards for home decor. Again, I feel like we're all leaning a little more into nostalgia to cope, like have our little comfort moments. And this year, really for me, the key word is nostalgia for my home decor inspiration. It's just like that classic retro 90s, 2000s Halloween. I miss that. Where did you go? You know what I mean? Like this house, for example, it's not even anything you could really pinpoint exactly. It's just a feeling. It's like a feeling where you're like, this is cozy, this is safe. There's not a crazy, aesthetically curated thing happening here. It's just like someone splattered Halloween and fall stuff everywhere because they want it to look cozy and inviting. It's not like I'm staging this for Architectural Digest tour of my house. I want it to feel homey. I want it to feel like real people live there and continue to live there. So that's my inspiration for this year's decor. It's just that 90s, 2000s feel, what I grew up with. Like it was just such a special time. I feel like what's key to this aesthetic is lots and lots of hand carved pumpkins and lots of real pumpkins with candles in them. They actually don't have to be real. I think it's just pumpkins with lights in them. They could be fake, but as long as you put a tea light, lights with timers, pumpkins with lights, I think really, really gives that vibe. Because I think we leaned into the minimalistic aesthetic design style from 2016 to 2023-ish, 24-ish. And with that came getting rid of the faces on the pumpkins and getting rid of the lights in the pumpkins. That's a blanket statement. I know that a lot of people didn't, but in terms of the inspiration you see on Pinterest or whatever, it's where'd all the lights go? Where'd all the pretty glowy lights go? So lots more pumpkins carved with lights in them. That's what I'm gonna work on this year. I don't have any right now. I still have all my old pumpkins from the prior years that don't have anything in them, but I think I'm gonna get a lot of real pumpkins this year and carve them and do all that, and then hopefully plant the seeds after. I don't know. I saw a TikTok about you could just take the pumpkin, put it in your garden, in your soil, in your gardening bed, whatever, and they'll grow. Well, you have to tend to it, but yeah, that's how seeds work. So some other vibes for the home decor this year. In my kitchen, I really, really want to lean into that 90s, 2000s feel, early 2000s. Y'all know I have a Tuscan kitchen and I've grown to love it this year. It's so nostalgic. It's just so comforting and cozy. I just want to lean into the era that the kitchen was built in. All of the decor I put in my kitchen so far, I just feel has that vibe. I thrifted this pumpkin that just looks like it was pulled straight from that era, and so I put that in the kitchen this year. And then I have this beautiful I don't know what you would call it, stained glass pumpkin light that is just so gorgeous, and it just really gives that witchy whimsigoth aesthetic, and I love that. I also do want to pull in some vintage Halloween inspiration. So this picture with the cool little vintage decal cardboard cutout. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I love that. And I want to add some either little decor pieces or DIY something that is very vintage inspired and brings in that real vintage feel. Because we've got the little retro 90s, 2000s stuff, but the real vintage Halloween. I think that's so cute. Okay, my next goal for this year, home decor, home design, is to actually go all in for Halloween. Halloween decor, I want to go all in. I don't know if you guys have heard the discourse around trick-or-treating dying out because parents are more fearful of safety, all valid reasons, but there's also a little bit in there of fear of neighbors that we should probably be getting to know. And I watched this TikTok of this woman who was trick-or-treating was absolutely dead in my neighborhood, and here's how we all revived it. And she talks about how if you want a village, you have to be a villager, and all of these different ways that she kind of rebuilt and reconnected her neighborhood and community so that people felt safe with each other and people felt welcomed. Then trick-or-treating picked up again, and she got like what, like triple, 5 times, 10 times, I don't remember the amount of trick-or-treaters the next year as she had the prior year. And that was so inspiring to me. And as someone who, this is my first time being in a house that has a neighborhood that has kids, and I have a front door that goes out to those kids who might be trick-or-treating. Like, this is my first time with my own home doing that. I'm so excited. I don't know, because this is my first fall, this is my first Halloween in this house. I don't know what the trick-or-treating situation is here. I hope it hasn't died out. I hope people are still bringing their kids around, but I don't know. And so one of the ways that she said that she reinvigorated trick-or-treating is going all out for Halloween, like actually putting effort into Halloween decorations, creating this like welcoming, come on up to the door kind of feel with the decorations, to where it's signaling to neighbors, it's signaling to trick-or-treaters that like this is a plate, this is a stop. This is a stop. She also said like there's kind of a ripple effect, because if someone's like considering, should I decorate for Halloween this year? Should I decorate for fall? I don't know if I'm feeling like the effort. And then they see their neighbor get the decorations out and go all out. Then they're like, you know what? Let's do it. You know, I'm motivated. And so I want to be the person, if, you know, maybe other people will too, but I want to be the person who's encouraging people if they need encouragement. Editing me here to validate this hypothesis, because I already had 2 neighbors like stop and talk to me about the decorations that I put out for fall. Not even Halloween. I haven't even done Halloween. One neighbor came up to the door, brought me an orchid, and was like, hey, I haven't introduced myself yet. I wanted to do that. And I just wanted to say your decor is so cute. I love what you did with the place. A testament that when you put effort into it, it connects you with your community. Okay. I know that was long-winded, but those are all my reasons for wanting to go all out for Halloween this year. So here's some of my inspo. Okay. We have this picture where there's just bats all over, and I found these cool magnetic bats that I want to put all over our garage door. I think that'll be so cute. It's such a like simple little thing to do. You don't have to install all these crazy things. You literally just slap the bats onto the magnetic door, and it just is like this classically Halloween-y thing. It's not anything crazy or aesthetic. It's just bats. It's freaking bats, you know what I mean? And then we have this little witch seance or whatever brew party happening. I did get a pack of witches. I did get a cauldron. We absolutely will be creating a little witch circle with possibly some dry ice in the cauldron. I don't know. We're going all out, you guys. I'm not playing around. This is my first Halloween. I get to decorate my house. I'm going all out. So we have these little witches. We are gonna like recreate this. I'm so excited. And then we have, this is not the vibe I want to go for. I just want you to hone in on those hats hanging. You see those hats hanging in the archway? That's what I want to do. So I want to just have the hats hanging. I have some ghosties that I got. I want to have those hanging, maybe mixed in with the hats or like off to another area. And then here we have some bats hanging in the kitchen. And this is like just pure 2000s vibes to me. I want to do like corny Halloween. I don't want to do aesthetic Halloween. I want to do corny, classic Halloween. We're bringing it back. Let's bring it back, you guys, please. I love it. And like this last picture, you've got the witches, you've got the little face in the window, and then you've got the ghost hanging from the tree. Like, oh, it's just so comforting and nostalgic. And it feels like, I don't know, like a Hocus Pocus house. It just reminds me of childhood. I want to create those memories for other people around the neighborhood. You know, I want people to drive by and be like, oh my gosh, cute. I want that to be a core memory for people. And I want it to be a core memory for me in my house. And you can do all of this in smaller ways around the house. You can create a little mini witch circle in a corner. Like, you don't have to have a crazy amount of space and crazy amount of house to implement these ideas. Am I making the absolute most of what I have? Am I taking every opportunity I now have now that I have the space? Yes. Do you need it? No. You can do all of this on a smaller scale. You can do all of this like inside just for yourself, or if you have the space, go all out. You guys, let's bring corny Halloween back. Let's keep trick-or-treating alive. Okay. That's my closeout for the home decor. Okay, y'all, next let's talk hobbies. I always love doing a hobby portion for planning for fall because there are endless hobbies, but it's fun to narrow down your focus for a season and really tailor your hobbies to like what brings out the vibes of that season the best. Sometimes there's not really an overlap. Sometimes you're like, no, this hobby squarely fits into this season and it doesn't work for this season. And other times they can kind of all work. You could create a case for every season for a lot of hobbies. Okay, the first hobby I plan on getting into this fall is learning a language. So this is the perfect time to tell you about our cozy partner, Rosetta Stone. So this is really just a continuation of my language learning journey from the prior seasons, but you best believe I'm keeping this commitment through fall also. Fall is the time to get cozy with the hobbies that you can do in the comfort of your own home. So learning a language with Rosetta Stone fits into that perfectly. If you're someone who likes to turn your brain on when you're doing hobbies and learn something new, Rosetta Stone makes it so easy to make it a real habit. It's the perfect starting point because they've been trusted for over 30 years. I'm sure a lot of us grew up watching the Rosetta Stone commercials. So I always feel like I'm honoring my inner child by learning a language that childhood me would have loved the opportunity to learn. Nowadays, though, Rosetta Stone is this super flexible app and desktop platform that fits perfectly into your life. They have research-backed methods where, for example, just 13 hours of study with Rosetta Stone is equal to a full semester of college Spanish. Rosetta Stone isn't just memorization and vocabulary. It uses visual, audio, and speech tools to focus on context-based learning, making it feel natural and easy to learn just as it did learning your native language. I use Rosetta Stone to study Japanese because I took Japanese classes back in college and I fell in love with the language, but I've also learned Spanish through my adolescent and adult life, so I'm able to switch between learning either language when I want to jump back into Spanish too. Rosetta Stone's lessons have helped me pick back up the things I learned in college, while adding in so much more since there's an immersive element that helps you practice dialogue and compare pronunciation to native speakers. Speaking a new language has so much to do with confidence, and Rosetta Stone's methods of repetition and immersion really help with that. And lessons are as short as 5 minutes, so you can learn anytime at any place. I also love that they have a lifetime subscription that gives you access to all of the languages for life. There's no surprise charges or price increases. You can know that you have 25 languages to learn at any point in your life whenever the hobby time is right for you. So if you want to jump into learning a language for your next fall hobby, the exclusive link in the description gives you access to a lifetime unlimited language subscription to Rosetta Stone for 60% off. Thank you, Rosetta Stone. Okay, y'all, the next hobby is stamp carving. This is a new one for me. I have just realized that this is a thing and I cannot stop talking about it because I think it is so cool. The opportunities are kind of endless for this, but I'm going to give you some inspiration that I found. You could do anything from like a fruit to a animal to a character. There's this little Snoopy playing the guitar. It's so cute. I love this. I love the look of a stamp that is hand carved. It's just got this wacky, whimsical vibe to it because it's like not totally perfect. It's got like a little bit of like etching in it. It's got some gaps and holes in it. It just looks so handmade in the best, most crafty, cutesy way. There's a strawberry. I think that's so cute. I think there's so much you could do with fruit in the fall. You could do a little apple. You could do different kinds of apples. You could do an apple bucket. You could do an apple tree. You could do pumpkins. There's so many things you could do. I've also seen like different layers. If you have like a cross section of a fruit, someone had like the first layer that's like the meat of the fruit, and then another layer which is a separate stamp of like the seeds, and you can go as many layers as you want if you want to do like some shading or something, and you just put different colors of ink to create depth. I think I want to do a cat for Halloween. I think that'd be so cute for fall, and it's simple. It's like not too difficult. I mean, I say that I haven't tried it yet. I'm guessing it's difficult, but like the idea of it is simple. You don't have to do too much. You're just carving something out. That carving, I'm sure, takes lots of technique, lots of practice, but you don't have to bring in all these different elements. You're just carving and then you put some ink on it. Boom, you've got yourself a stamp that you can reuse over and over and over and over again each fall that comes around. I think that's so cute. Next is air dry clay, and you can do, fired kiln traditional clay with this too, but air dry clay is a lot more accessible to some of us that don't have access to a kiln. Oh, I found myself Googling kilns and how much they cost recently, and I had to come back to reality and be like, girl. So here are some air dry clay ideas. This is just a little collage I found on Pinterest. You can do a candle holder. We've talked about that before. You could do a pumpkin. I love the witchy hat candle holder. That's so cute. You could do a bat. You could do a ghosty. You can do just like fall colors. Like this is just a checkered candle holder, but it's in fall colors. The spoon rest is so cute. I'm imagining like a pumpkin spoon rest, a pie spoon rest. The opportunities are endless. And I just tried my hand at like freestyling an air dry clay thing in my latest vlog. I gotta tell you, it wasn't like super easy, but it wasn't hard either. Like it's something you practice a little bit, you get used to, but I think you can get used to it quickly. It's not like a high learning curve. You just have to learn. You do have to just learn a little bit. But it's like it's so forgiving. It's so accessible. You literally just get that Crayola air dry clay from the craft store and you're good to go. Some paint, some acrylic paints. There you go. Here's some more ideas. They're just like little tiny pumpkins. Little pumpkins are so cute. With like they've got little friends on them. And then we've got some trinket dishes and just some like houses and various little ideas here that you could kind of do like a little diorama almost out of your air dry clay, which is adorable. It's adorable. And I like that you can do something that's just like a little trinket that you look at and it's decor. And instead of going out and buying decor, you can make your own decor. You can make it look exactly like what you want it to look like. Or you can do something functional like a spoon rest or trinket dish. You know, like I love that there's flexibility there and just like you have a cutesy little item you can display or you have something you could use every day. Next is polymer clay. And I think I talk about this every fall because I just have so many polymer clay things like that I've bought from small businesses and vendors. Like I have so many and I have a lot of fall themed ones because that's my joy and my happy place. I started making my own this year and oh my god, it's so fun. It's so fun. It's also pretty approachable. It's a little bit harder because it's small and you have to like really like pay attention to detail, but so cute. So cute. So many things you can do with it. You can create like a Kindle charm, a phone charm, a Switch charm, a charm. Like you could do so many charms with it. You could do earrings with it. You could do necklaces with it. You can do name card holders with it. Like there's so many things you could do with them if you're like, it's cute, yeah, but like what would I do with it? There's a lot you could do with it. Okay, expand your mind, feel the whimsy, add a charm to something. Everything should have a charm on it. Everything should have a charm on it, and you will be happier for it, I promise. My inspo of like the pie and the little apple bucket, yeah, we're doing that this year. We're doing that because somehow I've already made my way through like half of my fall hobby to-dos for the season, and it's not even technically fall yet. I don't know what's been in the air. I've just been on it. I'm making everything. So I have so much time. And and you know what that's going to be filled with? Stamp carving, some pies, okay, and an apple bucket. The next idea is kind of a collection of ideas, and that's crafty DIYs. Like so much fits into this category. I would say my Enoch that I made from over the garden wall, that definitely counts as a crafty DIY because like, what do you call this? You know what I mean? What do you call, I just Frankensteined a something together, you know, like, yeah, there's felt, but there's also hot glue and there's also ribbons. Like, what do you call that? It's a DIY. It's a crafty DIY. There's so much that falls into this category, but like, if you have an idea, make it come to life. I did not come up with the Enoch idea. I've seen so many cute ones. A lot of them are like paper mache with these like huge heads. I said, how do I make this as easy as possible? Sometimes I'm lazy. Sometimes I don't want to do it the hard way. I want to do it the easy way. And I did that. So just know, if you're like, I'm not a crafty person, I would not call myself a crafty person. I don't have the patience to be a full crafty person, but I'm a lazy crafty person. You know, what's the saying? Like, get a lazy person to like do something because they're going to figure out the like most, I don't know, whatever the phrase is. Someone who really doesn't want to do something will figure out the easiest way to do it. That's my lazy crafting tip for you, is don't count yourself out. If you're impatient, if you don't want to learn new techniques, just hot glue some crap together, okay? Here's another example of that are these felted houses. How cute. It's like a felted house garland. This is for sure just like hot glued together. Cut out little pieces of felt and you hot glue it. I'm itching to do one house. I don't think I would do a whole garland. I think that, again, I'm impatient and I would have to do that in multiple sittings. But I want to do like one house, one cute little house. And then if you look at this inspo picture, it's a little door hang. Now this one's sewn and it looks hand sewn to me, which is a little bit easier than using a sewing machine in my opinion. I love this. This is so cute. Again, it's like a little felted craft. Adorable. You can hand sew it, or say it with me, you can hot glue. You could just do this with hot glue. I do think the crafty like hand sewn element of this is really, really cute, but never forget, you can be lazy. And it's not always laziness. For some people, it's accessibility. Hot glue is a very accessible way to approach a craft. And another example is this pie garland. This one looks way easier than the houses. Like, this is very doable. There's there's about 4 colors here. Okay, I'm seeing 4 colors. That's all you need. You slap these puppies together with what? Hot glue, and you've got yourself a garland. That's so cute. Another DIY I saw recently was this cute, like you just get ribbons and you create a little garland just by hot gluing circles, like the classic garland, and then you can create like different patterns, like alternate every 3 or 4 ribbon patterns. Then you have this like cutesy little, just like it gives like Little Woman vibes, you know, and so simple, like the simplest craft you can possibly do. The last one in this little DIY category are these painted pots. Look at these little pots. They're so cute. You could spend one day, you could have a little painting pot painting party, PPP. Come over, gals, for some PPP. You know what I mean? Like pot painting party. You get a little pot to put your herbs in, to put whatever, put your pumpkin seed starter in it. And then you could create little fall paintings on it. And you don't have to get too crazy. You don't have to get too artistic and technical. You just draw a little ghost on it, like this person did. Little ghost, little pumpkin. Keep it simple. It's so cute. The next hobby is watercolor. I love watercolor in the fall. I know I've said I like watercolor in the spring because it kind of like captures the springy, like flowiness and the nature of spring and flowers. It's also just so cozy. Like it's just such a cozy hobby to do in the fall with a candle and a drink, and you're just letting the paints flow. I created some tomatoes. I feel like that was a good like summer to fall transition, some heirloom tomatoes, and that was so fun. It's just so relaxing and comforting, and I think that's really what I'm looking for hobbies in the fall. It's just something that like, it drops my shoulders, it makes me feel warm, it makes me feel comforted, it doesn't put me on edge. I'm not like doing something entirely new or the pressure's not on. It's just like flowy. That's why I love watercolor. Next is cross stitch. Now I tried cross stitch recently and I didn't catch on because I wasn't really reading the directions properly. I'm determined to try it again this season, but with some fall patterns. I found this one on Pinterest. It's another like still from over the garden wall. I've got to do it. I've either got to do it on cross stitch or perler beads. I don't know which one, but I've got to do this at some point. And then we have the like Pillsbury Halloween cookie. This one looks so simple. Like, girl, you cannot mess this one up. It's real simple. Let's do it. I believe in us. I believe in myself. We can do this one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. There's 5 colors. We could do it. And then you could put it on, you could hang it on a little wheel on your wall. It'd be so cute. I've got so many more hobbies, y'all. I've got so many more. We have book bind painting, which I feel like is something that's recently just blown up, but spraying a book binding edge or painting it, whichever you want to do. Listen, I don't necessarily have the artistic skills for this, but again, you could do something as intense as these examples or as simple as like painting little pumpkins. If it's a fall book, paint little pumpkins, paint a background, and then paint little pumpkins and leaves. Like it could be so simple and it's so cute. It's something you could marvel at for your whole life. You have this book in your collection that has this beautiful edge to it. If you loan it to anyone, you're like, yeah, I just like to like paint my edges. It's just something I like to do. And they have this beautiful book they can appreciate. And then I feel like you'll just appreciate it a little bit more, you know, like you've read it, it's served you well, and you've created a work of art on it to appreciate it even more. I love it. I love that. Next is creating a personal curriculum, which we talked about in my last vlog. And this is something that's like a little bit more education-y, that's a word. Educational, brain stimulating, but creating a curriculum for the season. And I feel like this is so fall coded because it's so like academia. My head's in the books, but you create a curriculum for any subjects that you want to learn more on. So if you want to dive into the romantic era of literature, or I don't know, maybe you just want to read some contemporary romance and you want to create a curriculum for that. Maybe you want to learn a new hobby, one of them on this list, and you want to create a curriculum for that. So you find the subjects that you're interested in or subjects that you want to like push yourself on. Maybe you never took physics in high school and you're like, you know what, I'll dive into physics. You find your resources. So either like books, videos, documentaries, courses, whatever the sources are. You can have multiple, you can have all of those, you can have just books, you can find a textbook, you can thrift a textbook, you can find someone's syllabus from a real class and see what they read, and then you kind of create like an objective, like what do I want to get out of this, what do I want to do at the end, what do I want to know at the end, what do I want to have learned. And then you can create like an assignment for yourself. That's what I did. I created like just an easy assignment. I think I did like 1,000-word analysis, and that's not like a research paper, it's just an analysis. And it does not have to be high pressure, it does not have to be super academic, it can just be like stream of conscious, like this is what I learned. Whatever is helpful for you to make that information that you learned concrete in your head, to really internalize it, or just like to have fun with it, to yap and blab and give your thoughts and think critically for a little bit about what you're consuming and give it that time to simmer and percolate. We don't often get to do that with the media that we consume, and so I think it's a good practice, and I think continued learning is always important. However we do that in our lives, I think it's important to always push ourselves and always educate ourselves, expose ourselves to different perspectives and stories and things happening in the world. That could be lighthearted, it could be serious, whatever you would like. Create a curriculum for yourself, get excited, get some new notebooks, get some new, back to school stuff if that's what like motivates you to dive into continued learning. But yeah, like don't put too much pressure on yourself. You have a life to get to. It's just for fun. But I think it's such a cool idea. It's something I've seen on TikTok for a couple of weeks now, and I've been like, you know what? I'm gonna create one, and the cozy friends need to hear about it too. Okay, next is more colored pencil art. I feel like colored pencils are neglected in my artsy fartsy hobby repertoire. I feel like I do everything else but colored pencil, and I would really love to experiment with colored pencil this season. And this is such a good little inspiration piece, because like how cute is this? How whimsical, how like, oh, I love it so much. I feel like it taps into like the exact energy that I want for this fall, which is a little bit nostalgic, a little bit colorful and happy and leaning into the corniness of Halloween. I love it. And I love that they utilize a lot of colored pencil, so you don't have to do a whole work of art. You can just do like a little journal spread with it. Make it cute. Really quickly, I just want to show some appreciation for this quilt. How cute is that? I don't think I will gain the skills to quilt anytime soon. It's on my bucket list, my lifelong bucket list. I'd love to learn how to sew into quilt, but I don't think this fall. I don't think it's going to happen this fall, but I want to appreciate this quilt, and I want to show y'all this quilt just in case any of you have the skills and want to replicate it. Adorable. Next is nail art. Oh my god, there's the cutest nail art, Halloween nail art this year. Here's just some adorable examples. Look at this little pumpkin. Oh my god, it's so cute. I love that. And then the little like vintage Halloween vibes with this one. I absolutely love the colors of this one. It's so cute. I love that blue. It's like the perfect blue for fall. And then we've got another one which is like cutesy little I think the artist that this reminds me of is Ursula Dodge. Ursula Dodge made a lot of dishware in the 2000s, and I went through a phase where I was searching for a lot of her dishware on like thrift secondhand sites, and I just love her. It's just like kind of kooky, and I love that. And this, I feel like, encapsulates that kooky Ursula Dodge energy. I love these nails. They're so cute. Okay, y'all, those are all of the hobbies. That was a lot. It was a lot. But we have so much of fall ahead of us. We have so much of fall yet to hobby. And so I'm confident we can try a lot of these this year. Okay, let's move on to the bucket list. The bucket list is just all the activities we want to get through this fall. It just makes you feel like you're really making the most of your fall and really just getting into the weeds of fall. The hobbies, all the hobbies we just mentioned, that's a default bucket list item, but we're getting into the other items. First is pumpkin patch. Number one, because it's number one in my heart. I can't even put into words how much I love going to a pumpkin patch during the fall. There's nothing like it. I only went to one last year, and that was my gravest error of the entire year. I loved that pumpkin patch trip. It meant everything to me, and I can't believe it was my only one. So this year, I'm going to as many pumpkin patches as I possibly can. I'm trying all of the ones in the area. I'm trying ones outside of the area. I'm doing hay rides at a pumpkin patch. I'm testing apple cider donuts. I'm testing every single treat they've got. Okay. And you should too. Check around your areas, see all of the pumpkin patches that are available to you, and try them all. Try them all. It's so fun. And they often have the best foods. They have like fun fair food sometimes where it's like, why are you frying Oreos in butter? You don't need to do that. But it's fun. And it's just getting into the spirit of the season. And then you can collect all your pumpkins that you're going to carve and put candles in and put in front of your house for the 2000s nostalgic decor that we talked about. So the pumpkin patch, you could do it as a little day date. You could do it in the evening with friends. Like there's so many opportunities for a fun pumpkin patch day. And a lot of the time they have like live music and stuff. It's fun. Next is apple picking. This is definitely very specific to where you live because we went apple picking, but it was a little bit sparse and maybe we went too late. But it was still so much fun. Like there's something about, like you pick your own apples, you fill up your bag, you go to the cider press, you can press some apples, you can make some fresh juice, pick up the cider from the place where they just made cider from all of their apples that you just saw. And they often have like a little shop. The one we went to had the cutest little shop ever. It's quintessential fall. Like if you are a picture person, if you're like, I want to get a little fall flick. A lot of people think the pumpkin patch is the place to go. I think it's the apple picking. I think that's the cutest fall little photo shoot moment to have. Hayride is in here as a separate point because you can blink and miss a hayride at the pumpkin patch, or you can miss a hayride because it's only on weekends and you went on a weekend evening. Like don't forget about the hayride. A hayride, I don't remember the last time I went on one, couldn't tell you, and that's a crime. That's not okay. So this year I'm going on a gosh dang hayride. I'm going on a hayride. I refuse to leave the fall. I'm clinging on to the end of whenever fall ends. It's sometime in November. I'm clinging on to the heels. I'm holding the ankles of November and fall. And I'm going, no, my hayride. I'm doing the hayride if it kills me. Next is a farmer's market. There was one farmer's market I was going to, and it was during the week. And I was like, I don't know, something about a farmer's market in the week, like the vibes are off. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't always have time during the week. I found one that's on a weekend nearby, and I am ecstatic, over the moon. And going in the fall, oh my gosh, the fall treats, the pumpkins, the gourds, the squashes, the corn, the fresh produce that is peak in the fall. There's nothing like it. And just like the energy of walking around the farmer's market is one thing, right? That's one thing. It's so invigorating. It's so like I'm part of the community, feeling a zest for life. Now that in the fall, added in the fall element, they've got fall decor, they've got little pumpkins out. You're seeing the leaves turn around you. Like there's nothing like that. The way you could romanticize a farmer's market day, nothing compares. So farmer's market is definitely on my list, and I am so excited to see if they have like an apple cider booth and like all of the pastry places, if they have little special fall treats, little pumpkin treats. I'm so excited. Next, this might be alarming to some of you. I want to make a soup. What'd she say? I want to make a soup. I know I've come out as a soup hater. Not a hater, just like a soup neutralist. I'm just neutral about soup. I just feel like it's not a real food. It's just not a real meal. If you give me a bowl of soup, okay, great, thank you. I'll enjoy it, but like where's the rest of the meal? You know what I mean? A stew, that's a meal. A soup, that's a liquid. That's a liquid. So, that's how I feel about soup. However, I want to make a soup. I want to make a soup. It's Soup-tember. I want to make a soup. That's it. I'm just coming clean. I'm getting it off my chest. I want to make a soup. Next, I want to make an apple cider chai combination. I saw this on Pinterest and it stopped me in my tracks. I don't know why I've never thought of that. I've never thought to do that. I've loved both things, but an apple cider and a chai mixed together. Sadly, I'm going to add that to my grocery list right now. Apple cider. They haven't had apple cider at the grocery stores yet, but I feel like September 1st, they're like, roll it out. Similarly, kind of an offshoot to piggyback off of that. Apple cider donuts. I want to make apple cider donuts. I've never made donuts in my life. I'm a little scared, but I want to make apple cider donuts. So that's going to happen. I also want to find good apple cider donuts. I don't care where I have to go. I'll go far. I'll travel. If you know a good apple cider donut in SoCal, you let me know. I'll travel. I want an apple cider donut, and I do want to try and make them though. Next, roasting marshmallows. You guys, let's roast the marshmallow. Why aren't we roasting more marshmallows? And not even really to eat. I'm not a s'mores girl. S'mores kind of revolt me. I really don't like if I had to take a bite out of a s'more, I would be like it's a chore. I don't know what it is. I kind of like all of the things separately. I like chocolate if it's dark. I love dark chocolate. It's when you put them together, I don't know. And that's a personal problem for me. Okay. It's the soup, it's the s'mores. I don't know what to do. But I just want to roast a marshmallow. And I feel like if you've got a fire anywhere near you, if you've got a small fire pit, if you've got one of those tabletop fire things, let's roast marshmallows this fall. Okay. But let's roast the marshmallows. It's a vibe. Let's tell campfire stories while we roast marshmallows. Okay. Let's do that. Now this one kind of relates to what we talked about before, but giving out trick-or-treat candy. You guys, last year, I think we had one person come and pick up candy from our bowl that we had out. Granted, our door was really far from the street. Like, it was upstairs. It wasn't in like an accessible place, and it was not really a neighborhood that I think kids would be walking in. But it hurt. It hurt still. So this year, I want to be like sitting outside, I think. I want to be like sitting outside, yapping it up, like watching something, like chilling with a drink, being like, oh, hey, baby. Oh, what are you? What is that? A Roblox? Okay. Bye, sweetie. What is that? What is it? Okay. You get the idea. I want to be yapping it up. I want to bit after bit after bit after bit, like back and forth. Whoever in the house is with me at the time, handing out candy. I want to go all in. I want to be that neighborhood lady that the kids are like, what a weird woman. You know, that's what I want. I will not settle for less. I'm giving out Halloween candy this year. And they're going to be full size. And the last bucket list item is an evening walk to stargaze and moongaze. Moongaze. Is that a word? Why is that not a word? Why is moongaze not a word? Moon's included in stargazing, I guess. I want to do an evening walk. It's been like not too bad at nights here. It gets really cold in California at night. If you don't know, sometimes over on TikTok, the video will go places that I have no control over. And people will be like, how are you in a blanket or a jacket at night in the summer? We live in different places. You know that, right? You know we're allowed to live. You know Yeah, some people don't know. California, desert adjacent, freezing at night. However, because it's been so warm, it's like a little bit less freezing at night. It's like, ooh, maybe you just need a light jacket. Just a light jacket. So I really want, wow, that was such a tangent, you guys. The longer we film, the more I tangent. But I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit. But I just want to stargaze and take a walk, take a stroll, especially when everyone has their Halloween decorations out and you can go look around and you can walk and you can say, I want to do that next year, Okay, next, we're moving on to the watch list. These are all the movies and shows that I want to watch this year. When Harry Met Sally, I actually watched the first 3/4 of this on the plane and then I never finished. And so I need to finish because I actually haven't seen this full movie before. And I was cracking up. I don't know what I expected. I was cracking up. It was funny. I don't like the guy, but he's funny. Sorry. It's a funny movie. Halloween, the movie Halloween. You've Got Mail. Haven't seen it in a while. Need to see it. The whole Twilight Saga. You already know I do it every year. I do it not even during the fall, but I absolutely do it in the fall. Comfort series. Comfort movies. Sorry. Watching all of them. Oh, and they're out in theaters. They're out in theaters in October. I'm going to be living in the theaters. Okay? Like the things you like unapologetically. Who cares? Whatever. Okay. Next is Practical Magic. We've got it. You've got it. It's the rules. Rocky Horror Picture Show. 2 people in my house. Now we have a third. And I need to make sure she's seen it. If not, 2 to 3 people in this house have not seen Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's a crime. I'm hosting a movie night where we watch it this year because it keeps me up at night knowing they haven't seen it. Sweeney Todd. I'm a musical gal. Okay, what can I say? Hocus Pocus, of course, obviously. Charmed, Gilmore Girls. It's peak fall. I don't think I'm gonna do a full rewatch this season. Just watch the fall episodes. I think that's all I need this year. Over the Garden Wall. Necessary. Love it. One of my favorite shows and fall shows. Murder, She Wrote. someone brought this up and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I haven't watched that in so long. Someone was talking about like Murder, She Wrote, Miss Marple, Poirot being like cozy shows and like comfort shows. And I was like, wait, yes, I used to watch them all the time with my mom growing up. I think I've probably seen every single one. I don't know why I haven't returned to them. I don't know why. I haven't returned to them and I should. And I feel like Murder, She Wrote is perfect for this season. Golden Girls. I haven't seen it. Really want to see it. And like cute, wholesome. I feel like just that vibe is great for the fall. The Good Witch. I've heard good things. Haven't seen it. And then someone mentioned Discovery of Witches. I don't know if it's new or what, but they're like, I just started watching it. It's pretty good for fall. And so I added it to the list. Simple as that. Okay, now we're moving on to books and games. So my TBP list, my to be played list, and my TBR list. For games, it's Tales of the Shire. I want to play more Tales of the Shire. I know mixed reviews. I've given my thoughts on my Instagram and TikTok of the game. I think it was solid. That's what I'll say here. And I am so excited to play through fall in the fall. Fall in the game in the fall now. Oh, I'm so excited. Strange Antiquities, which is it's an offshoot of the Strange Horticulture developers in game. Strange Horticulture was like a botanist game, like kind of like a spooky, cozy, witchy botanist game where you identify plants and then you give them to customers based on like their wants and needs. Strange Antiquities, I actually don't know too much about it, but I'm guessing it's a similar mechanic, but with little like antiques that you find and just like weird little bits and bobs. And I'm so excited because it's such a good, like low maintenance, like low energy game to get into. I was craving another one and this is perfect. Like handling little trinkets and the like kind of spooky vibe of it in fall, like all of those things combined I'm so excited for it. Night in the Woods, this would be a replay. I don't know if I want to like fully replay it, but I think I want to play just a little bit of it. It's so good for fall. I've always talked about how it has such a good message of like, you're not stuck where you are in life. Just because you have like a low in life does not mean that's forever. You can always grow and change, and you might be flawed. That's okay. Everybody is. Like, it just has a really good message and narrative to it, but it's also like set in the fall. It's so cozy. Next, Little Nightmares 3 is coming out. This is like a very spooky. This isn't cozy. It's, well, to some people it might be, but definitely like a horror game. But it's fun. It's really fun. The storyline is so good with this entire franchise. And the third one is co-op. It's co-op, which means you can play with a friend, you can play with a partner. I tried a little demo of it. It's just as good as the others, but I'm so excited to play with a friend this time. Next is my TBR list. So first we have If It Makes You Happy. Look at this cover. Look at this cover. Enough said. Next is People Watching. I've heard a lot of good things about this author. I haven't read any of her books, but I feel like this is a good first one to read from her since it's in the fall. Next is The Cider Shop Rules, which is like a mystery set in the fall. I have yet to read a fall mystery or like fall murder mystery, and I feel like this is a great, I've seen this one for years and years and years. Just when anything fall book related is mentioned, I'm excited. I'm gonna have my like Murder, She Wrote and my Cider Shop Rules. I'm gonna be a little cozy mystery girl this fall. Next is Tourist Season, which is by the same author that did Butcher and Blackbird, which I really liked actually. I talked about contemporary romances, how I haven't liked a lot of them. I liked that one. I think it was unique and interesting, and I think the character work was done well and the pacing was done well. I really liked it. And so I immediately added this to my list when I found out it was coming out this fall. Yeah, it's coming in the mail. Well, it's coming whenever it releases, it's coming in the mail. I already ordered it. The synopsis is like people that live in a tourist town and they're trying to like thin out the tourists, I think. I don't know. There's Pumpkin About You. Truly just got it for the cover. Look at the cover. Cute, right? Okay. You Again. A fall romance. A fall romance. That's all. I'm a simple gal. A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. Someone said if I liked the what is it? A regular witches academy guide to irregular witches, whatever that book was. If I liked that, then to definitely read A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. So it's on the list. And last is It's Different This Time, which I heard about through Lauren, who runs the boutique book retreat that I went on. She told me about it in my comments and I was like, how have I not heard of this? How have I not heard of this? It just looks so good. And I love the cover. The cover is so well done. So well done. Okay, next and last for this list is tabletop games. The first is Mysterium, which is like, it's almost like this mini D&D like role-playing tabletop game. So one person acts as like, I think the ghost of the manor, and they're leading everyone else through this manor, and I think they're trying to escape or something. I don't know. But it's very like storytelling, role play heavy, and I think that's so fun. I love any opportunity to get into like, ooh, I'm getting into a character, or like, ooh, we're working as a team. I love a co-op game and something where you can like be a little silly. Next is Autumn Harvest, and this is like the Tea Dragon Society franchise of games, and it's so autumny. It's just, look at it. Next is Tea Witches, which is releasing this fall. Strategy management game about running a tea shop. That's everything I want out of a board game. Please sign me up. Absolutely. Yep. Next is the Stardew Valley board game, which I've had for so long, and I need to play it. I've had it and I haven't played it. I don't even know where it is. I need to play it. But this is perfect for the fall because there's like a whole fall season, and I think it's like quite a long play session, but there's a fall season, and I love nothing more than playing Stardew Fall in the fall. Like that is, it lights a fire within me that nothing compares to have that in board game format where you're playing with other people just sounds phenomenal. Okay, Three Sisters is another board game that's like just perfect. Look at this. Just perfectly fall. This is the synopsis of it. Three Sisters is a strategic roll and write game inspired by the indigenous practice of companion planting, corn, beans, and squash in beautiful symbiosis. I think that's so fun. Another cool thing about Three Sisters is there's a solo mode, and I love any tabletop game that allows you to do solo play because like sometimes, listen, not everyone shares the same geeky preferences and tastes and interests that we do, and that's okay. And so like sometimes you do have to bully your household members into playing board games with you, and sometimes you're not in the mood, you don't want to do that. You're like, fine, I actually just want to play by myself. And so I love a solo mode tabletop game, and Three Sisters has one. Okay, the last one is one that was recommended to me based on Mysterium, which is Betrayal at House on the Hill. I'll read the synopsis to you. Betrayal at House on the Hill quickly builds suspense and excitement as players explore a haunted mansion of their own design, encountering spirits and frightening omens that foretell their fate. About a 1-hour playtime, it's ideal for parties, family gatherings, or casual fun with friends. And you can move around the mansion to create a different game each time, which is very cool. And secretly, one of the characters betrays the rest of the party, and the innocent members of the party must defeat the traitor in the midst of trying to escape, which is so fun. I love a like secret enemy game where you're trying to suss out who's lying and who's fibbing, and you still have another goal of the game too. Like it's not just trying to figure out who the enemy is. It's also like, okay, but then we also have to get out of the mansion. That's so fun. I love that, and I'm very excited to try that out this fall. Okay, you guys, that is everything. That is my entire plan for fall. I want to hear what your plan for fall is. Does any of it overlap with mine? Did you get inspired by anything? Are you like, no. If you like this, if you're planning on this, you should try this instead. Let me know. I want to hear it all in the comments. What's your like number one bucket list item? If mine is pumpkin patch, I want to hear what your number one bucket list item is. I hope this was inspiring for you. I hope you're excited and you can plan your own fall. I love you so much. Stay cozy. Bye.